Christine Brennan on the ice right now from the U.S. Rena Inoue and John Baldwin Jr. currently in 12th place after the short program. They won the U.S. title a year ago and won the silver medal at the U.S. National Championships this year. Rena is 28 years of age, originally from Tokyo, and John is 31 from Santa Monica. Last year, this team came in 10th at the World Championships. In fact, the last 2 years, they have gone to Worlds and come in 10th.
They still have yet to hit their side-by-side triple Lutzes in competition. They will come up first in this free program.
They had problems on that particular move in the short program. He doubled his. So let's watch what he does this time.
Again.
He doubled it. Good speed in this program. Side-by-side double axles. Turning right into another set of double axles. A little shaky on the landing.
To improve their lifts this season. Notice the coverage they get going from one end of the ice to the other. Still the extension and stretch out could be better on the landing.
This team has gone through some changes recently, namely a coaching change. They had moved from Santa Monica to Arizona to follow their coach, Jill Watson, but they since have gone back and are now working with Peter Oppegaard, who was Jill Watson's partner. Bronze medalist at the '88 Olympic Games in Paris.
They've really improved on their presentation skills. They're holding moves out a little longer. It really helps in the emotion that you feel when you watch them skate. Nice throw, triple loop.
John has very nice turns on the lift, making it a much safer lift. The man's footwork very important throughout the lift to keep off any kind of a fall.
Energy at the end of this program.
Whoa, that was a little unstable though. That's the lasso lift. That's a very dangerous lift because the lady can swing on the way up and it's easy to lose control over.
That's the one that Tobianen and Marinin fell on at Skate America, right?
Exactly.
Very nice performance. Only one flaw in the opening jump. He singled or doubled his triple Lutz, but otherwise a lot of good energy and a lot of effort in that.
Yeah, they've got to be thrilled with that.
Absolutely.
In 12th place right now after the short program, they'll sit, watch, and wait. Group of top contenders, and see if they can get back into the top 10 where they finished the last 2 seasons at Worlds. Rena Inoue and John Baldwin Jr. of the U.S.
John Baldwin Jr., the United States of America.
Very solid. Notice how she keeps her shoulders nice and square. A nice straight upper body, and then anticipates the landing. Beautiful run out, no snow flying up. She's on the perfect part of her edge. This is the lasso lift. It's dangerous because it swings. Notice how she does a full turn. You can see him grimace on the way up. He has to press her up, and the feet start to kick a little bit. That was close, but they kept control of it. And again, the footwork is so important. You don't want to get your feet snarled up, because if that happens, the fall takes place.
Now, there are 2 American teams here. Inoue and Baldwin and Orsher and Lucas. They'd have to total 28 or lower when you add their 2 placements together. For the U.S. to get 2 teams in the Olympics, that should happen. 100.66 their total in the free skate. Add that to the short program. 155.64. That's the standard that's been set by the Americans. Inoue and Baldwin.
On the ice, Kim Jarton, China.
The Russian-Chinese rivalry has heated up on the ice right now. The 2-time champions of China, Qing Peng and Zhang Tong. Last year, they were the world bronze medalists, one of 3 teams from China to finish in the top 5 at Worlds.
Watch for the elegant quality these 2 have in their skating.
They're in 5th place after the short program and in danger of losing ground. They recently lost to their teammates, the Zhangs, at the 4 Continents Championship. The first time they've lost to them.
Quality to their skating. They feel the music. And he has extraordinary posture and line.
The Chinese system is known to be extraordinarily strict. All the top athletes, top skaters, live at the College of Physical Culture in Beijing along with other athletes. Regularly weighed in. And Zhang Tong actually talked about the fact that he felt that if Qing Peng was bigger and had a stronger physique, she may be able to better meet the demands of the sport.
Well, you raise a very good point, Terry. She at times looks so frail that she can't handle the force coming down out of the throws.
I mean, she looks like she would break, but you know, she is holding on to these landings, and she seems to be strong enough. She just doesn't look like she is.
It is a more demanding sport perhaps than it used to be physically because of the number of competitions throughout the year.
It's very demanding on the body. Even just the traveling all over the world like the athletes have to do.
That's a beautiful footwork step sequence going down the ice. Notice how they keep the speed moving throughout, no scratching of the toe picks.
It went with the music very nicely. I'd like to see her give a little more strength to that position on that lift.
Well, they have beautiful interpretation to the music. The choreography is nice. The performance is there. A very complete pair team.
But I thought that they were just a little bit weak in the performance quality, at least for me. I've seen them skate a little bit better.
Top teams here, either from China or Russia, they're certainly one of them. Qingpeng, John Tong have their marks when we come back as they make their way over to the Kiss and Cry right now. Come back to Moscow in a moment. Following the performance of Peng and Tong of China.
This is the throw triple Salchow. He keeps her in nice and close. 3 rotations. Look at his leg flare and her, how high she is. About 3.5 feet off the ice. And what strength coming down 5 to 8 times your body weight when you land out of a throw like that.
And this was one of their final lifts here. I would love to see her stretch a little bit stronger on the air position here, but they're in nice control.
Qingpeng now waiting. You know, Bing Yao, who has led the charge, there he is, the coach, said his Chinese skaters can do more in terms of the technical aspects, but he's concentrating on the program components, the artistry these days. Kind of scary to think they can do more. There you go, 113.31 in the free skate. That's enough. 177.33. Peng and Tong are your leaders.
China.
So here we go. Might be a competition of attrition. Last pair standing here. Injuries all over the place, including Dan and Hao Zhang. They are not related. They're on the ice. They're from China. 2-time junior world champs, but they sprayed his back what seemed to be a numbing agent during the warm-up. And they were involved in that crash with Topiana and Marinin at practice. The team that came in 5th at the World Championships last year in Dortmund, Germany.
Well, that is the biggest split triple twist I've ever seen them do.
And a beautiful landing. Nice running edge. Side Side-by-side double axels. Into triple toes.
Round to a halt. Awkward entrance into the side-by-side camel spins, and they're off.
Does it seem to be a problem that could be the result of an injury, or they're just off in terms of their timing?
It's hard to say at this point. I think there's...
Because they haven't had a problem with the throw or the lift.
Side-by-side triple sow cows. Nice steady edges. Stretch. Where I've seen them improve this season is their choreography and relating to the music a little bit more.
He tripped on the takeoff, losing his balance. It's amazing that she could stand up. The timing is definitely off with this team right now.
And they seemed to be on a roll. And a big win at the Four Continents Championship recently, where they beat their Chinese teammates, Peng and Tong, for the first time.
Particularly think that's very good choreography for them right there through that section. Simulating dancing, and it just didn't go over.
Very nice lasso lift there.
It seemed to me that they were lumbering through that program, not there, and he's definitely not well. His back is not good.
Hardly straighten up. He got through the program somehow. Might have a tough time getting off the ice. So maybe it's remarkable that they even
did what they did.
Don and Hao Zhang from China in 4th place after the short program, trying to move up. We'll check their marks when we come back to Moscow. Well, set to skate next, the two-time world champs, Shen and Zhao. We see Shen knows Zhao. He's injured, didn't look great in the warm-up. We'll check out their situation when we come back. The capital of Russia. Some things have changed, some haven't. Don and Hao Zhang in the kissing cry somehow, some way got through their program. He is really hurting.
How having a bad back, being able to do a split triple twist with this incredible height, it's extraordinary. 10 feet plus in the air, and he catches her, sets her down, nice run out on the edge. Amazing that they could do that. And here are the side-by-side double axles, a little bit tilted, stepping up into the toe loops, and then a big fall right there.
Before they skated, this is what we were talking about earlier, the numbing agent being applied to his back, trying to loosen it up or at least numb it so he can't feel the pain. And early on, you could tell the timing was off in their program.
Definitely.
Indiana, their coach, in the kiss and cry, 113.15 in the free skate. That's what they would need to take the lead over Peng and Tong, their teammates. Yeah, they got it. 116.03 and 180.22. So they have the lead. That long, arduous road back, and now yet another test for Tatiana and Max. Think about this. The crash earlier today, the back injury now for Tatiana, and the team right before you're about to take the ice has to withdraw, and you're wondering what is going to happen next. You're in Moscow.
We hope it's not you.
Beautiful side-by-side triple Salchows.
Triple loop, huge, and she was determined not to let go of that edge. This, the lift that they fell on.
Done very carefully. Very well choreographed program. Lots of character of the music. Choreographed by Lori Nickel.
performance as you will ever see.
Absolutely. She is one tough skater.
And he is as well.
Absolutely. Two brave people that end this season in triumph. What a comeback.
An emotional triumph. There's her mom, Natalia, who didn't see her daughter for a month after that accident, found out about it on the internet. You can only imagine what she went through back here in Russia. Tatiana Topmianina, who is yet to see a tape of the accident in Pittsburgh. Maxime Marinin, who's had to live with the memory of that every day since then. That's a gold medal performance no matter what happens with the marks.
This year you'll...
Oleg Vasiliev, their coach, a three-time world champion himself, Tatiana Topmianina and Maxime Marinin. A triumphant performance here in Moscow.
Perseverance, dedication, and strength working through this huge throw triple loop. Textbook perfect, except on the end. She was determined not to let that edge go down. Take a look at his feet, looking for steps, not sluggish turns. It's cautious. It's still not as good as it can be, but it's a lot better than it was. And the throw triple Salchow, again, her back and strong lower leg helping her through. Very impressive.
And all the emotion once the performance was done. Amazing that they're even back. I mean, think about coming back from the fall that they had. You see Oleg Vasiliev, the coach, tears in his eyes, and how concerned he was for Max Marinin and his confidence that he could overcome the fear of lifting. Tatiana Topmianina again. There you have it, 198.49. That's a personal best and a great performance from the reigning world champions.
Just amazing to see that. Just amazing.
But it's not over yet. One more team, and they're in second place after the short program. Your current standings, Topmianina and Marinin with the lead over Zhang and Zhang of China. But here are Maria Petrova and Alexei Tikhonov. They won this title back in 2000. They need 131.56 to win. There you see the number. And in the short program, as Peter said, it may have been their best performance since that World Championship gold medal.
They gave that short program lots of energy and lots of clean elements. Every jump and throw.
Topmianina and Marinin had a personal best in the free skate. And Petrova and Tikhonov need a personal best to win here. And how difficult it must be to follow what they just saw.
Very emotional. He doubled that Salchow. It was supposed to be a triple.
You can certainly compare the height that they had on that split triple twist to that of the Chinese, and it was nowhere near as high. And there, a very clumsy mistake, not stopping the rotation on that throw.
Topmianina and Marinin, who have moved to the U.S., live and train in the Chicago area. Petrova and Tikhonov have stayed here in Russia, not in Moscow, but in St. Petersburg.
Remember the last throw that she tried, she didn't stop the rotation and she stepped out. Here, the throw triple Salchow, and that's the result you want on the end of the throw.
Now watch the entrance to this next lift. The pendulum swing.
3.5 minutes in. Remember the stamina issue that Peter brought up a little bit earlier.
Looks like he's doing okay. They gave it a lot of good energy at the very beginning. Now this is the final stretch here. Straight line footwork.
Moscow is going to push him through this program no matter what.
Very weak ending on that pair spin. But the audience, I think, enjoyed them. I think the momentum just kept going for them.
They had the energy for them, yeah.
But they made a lot of mistakes in this program.
But remember, Zhang and Zhang from China, they were not perfectly clean either. There were mistakes in their program.
Put it in perspective of the whole competition. Exactly right.
So that silver medal spot certainly open. I'm not sure they could challenge Topmianina and Marinin. There they are, the current leaders. Yeah, time to celebrate a little bit backstage. Much different demeanor for them right now.
Boy, to come back like that.
The veterans, Maria Petrova and Alexei Tikhonov, with the Russian flags flying high in Moscow.
The side-by-side triple Salchows, trying to keep the unison intact and the takeoff, and he doubles the triple right there, so that's not getting the points they could had they both done triples. And there's the pendulum lift. It has difficulty to it because he has to dead press her weight right to the top.
The Russians, of course, have dominated pairs through the years. There's one of the best ever, the Protopopov, the two-time Olympic pairs champions. They won 4 world titles. And now Topmianina and Marinin, the defending champs, waiting to see if they will win for the 2nd straight year. Petrova and Tikhonov need 131.56 in the free skate to win. 63-60 program component, so 121.27. That's not enough, but it is enough when you tally it up to get the 2nd place spot. They're the silver medalists.
I'll lift her up one more time.
It's a truly Russian night here in Moscow. Once again for the pairs, Topmianina and Marinin, now 2-time world champions. And the Russians, or Soviets, have won 32 of the past 41 gold medals in pairs at the World Championships. That's incredible.
That really is.
Your final standings here for the pairs. Topmianina and Marinin, now 2-time champs. They captured the gold medal, and how emotional this was coming back. Petrova and Tikhonov, the silver medal. They won the gold back in 2000, but this is truly satisfying, too, toward the end of their career. Zhang and Zhang from China capture the bronze medal, and they're the Americans. Inoue and Baldwin, Orsha and Lukash, 11th and 12th. The Americans will have 2 spots at the Olympics 11 months from now in Torino in terms of the pairs.
Terry, one of the defining moments in Topmianina and Marinin's program, This smart one, smart move, throw triple Salchow, a beautifully executed throw, one of the big highlights.
It's a great reaction, too. Our champions are with Christine Brennan right now.
Tatiana and Max, congratulations. A Russian World Championship in Russia. Max, how meaningful is that?
It means a lot for us, and to win here in Moscow, in our own country. And it's a big pleasure for us to become real heroes in our own country.
And Tatiana, it seems we're always discussing injuries with you. What happened today, and how did you perform with the injuries in tonight's long program?
You know what, it was funny. After the practice, I realized that accident and the morning accident came at the same spot as it used to be in October. And I was kind of scared about this, but anyway, I was able to skate, and that's good. And we got gold medal, and that's enough for me.
All right, well, congratulations. A wonderful performance tonight.
Thank you.
Terry?
Tomlyanina and Marinin, a pair that never stop reaching for Moscow gold. They found it tonight.
Gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of the champions.
Day 2 of our coverage comes to a close here in Moscow. We're back with you tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern for the ladies short program, the free dance, and the ladies free skate. Coming up next here on ESPN, live coverage of the 2005 Pacific Life Open Tennis from Indian Wells, California. For Peggy Fleming, Peter Carruthers, Christine Brennan, I'm Terry Gannon. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. See you tomorrow night, Moscow, everybody.